tight pants y'all ballers be wearing. Your high water ankles be showing. Your pants is just so tight, man. Your ankles be choking. Air it out some. People don't see themselves in you anymore. Look at me.
Some people say you're just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
Yo, because people just don't know,
They
yo.
be hating?
They be hating. They hating on my game. They hating on our friendship. See, FOF, friend of freak. See, nobody got that like I do. And everybody else wants that. Who doesn't? But that's my boy. I'm in that spot. That is my lane. And
We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long. So I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
It's a lovely night here in Chicago as we see an aerial view of Grant Park, Millennium Park, and gorgeous downtown Chicago. Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Rockets, and Houston is looking to play Texas big. Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivity as we get ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Take a look at the Bulls. These guys have been getting it done pretty much everywhere in the midst of a good stretch here. Back home again. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Pelicans.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
They needed to make a few runs, but it just never happened for them. And when you can't string things together, it's tough sledding. It's a tough way to go.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40, mostly because he only took threes, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting threes.
And the Rockets making a change here. Thornton's checked in. Outside Gibson. Passes it to Brooks. Here's Portis. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
You guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, He was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc. And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. His last 10 games, 6th in field goal percentage, 8th in blocks, and he's among the top 10.
For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against Orlando.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
As soon as you become a player in the NBA, everyone is going to start giving you advice, whether you want it or not, Clark. And from what I hear, Freak is going through that right now.
And, you know, oftentimes everybody means well, but it's easy to lose sight of what you really want. I mean, I just hope Freak remembers to trust his gut, his heart, his instincts, and to get some good people around him so that he can make solid decisions for himself.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bulls?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually, have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
No good on the second free throw.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
And Beverly kicks to Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Freak with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Houston's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Ariza has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Ariza's got 9. The Bulls have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Brooks, the pass to Fuller. 11 feet away. Here's Portis. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Portis has got his second bucket. Against Beverly. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic. Jones, no one around him. No good on the quick three. Chicago leading. Freak kicks to Mirotic. And Gibson now atop the key. Now here's Freak, covered by Brewer. Mirotic has a wide open look. Off target from outside. Houston's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first. Beverly dishes to Brewer. Jones sets the pick for Ariza. The open shot by Brewer. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Fuller and Jones pulls it down.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And a wide open look for Thornton. And it falls over the rim and in. And the Rockets lead by 3. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
The feed to Mirotic. The dish to Freak. Shoots from the baseline. And that one's good. Freak's got his first 2 points of the night.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
Here's Beverly. Soft touch off the glass. And Chicago shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Brooks the pass to Fuller. Launches a 3. Can't hit. Heaves it up. Can't get it to go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say about adjusting.
The biggest difference is endurance. Both mentally and 30, 40 games max. That's not easy. Plus, you're playing against the best talent every night. I'm just trying to put in work, get in the gym, study film, and prepare myself for each and every game.
Good points, Clark. What role do coaches play in helping young players like that adjust to the long NBA schedule?
Well, you know, Kevin, they're going to get...
Watch it. Coming out over there.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Monty Eunice. Ariza comes in for Brewer. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. Taking a look at the Rockets. Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward. Patrick Beverly out there with Thornton. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic gave them an edge. He ended with 7 points and added a few rebounds as well. We could see...
Lovables, give him a hand. Come on, Chicago.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into... Today's game, feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
Bulls trail by 3. And here is Brooks. 8 points his last outing. And stolen by Thornton. And oh, here we go with Thornton with nobody back. And he gets it to go. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. The pass to Portis. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Thornton. Just 5 to shoot. They grabbed their own miss. Nice shot by Portis.
That's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Here's Beverly. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Kicks it out to Jones. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Bulls trail by 3. Now, Freak. 6 points for him. Out to the right wing. From deep. They get it back. Out to Brooks. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Screen by Jones. Beverly against Brooks. Here's Jones. Lays it up and banks it in. Jones has got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And it's Freak missing.
Not the best shot right there with the good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 6. Here's Brooks. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Freak kicks to Gibson. A fader. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 7 rebounds in the game. They double him with Freak. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Some changes for Chicago. And that concludes the first half.